Everyone, I firstly want to say that this art in this video is Winx Club related, but it's gonna be like its own video later, so just like don't pay too much attention to it because it doesn't really matter that much. um, so basically, I watched Fate. I binged it in like one day, like the day it came out, and like I grew up with Winx Club. I grew up with the 4Kids dub. Not that that really matters when it comes to like the Fate series, but okay. When I say Fate, I always think of like that anime series Fate. That's not what we're talking about today. So yeah. I feel like I'm pretty lenient compared to like most of their fans. Like, if the plot is good, I can like excuse like the bad things. Like for me, the good outweighs the bad usually. But yeah, I would definitely go into this. I don't know if they marketed it as like a straight like adaptation, like yeah, we're just live action Winx Club, or if it was just more like a spin-off sort of deal. I feel like going into it looking at it as like a spin-off or just kind of like an alternate universe sort of thing makes it easier to kind of like accept the changes they made. Because yeah, if they marketed it as like a just straight up live action like adaptation, like that's supposed to be similar, it's like yeah, I don't know how exactly they marketed it. Yeah, so, but that's just a thing maybe just to consider before going in if you want to check it out, because like on its own it's pretty okay. There are things that are bad, but there are also things that are good. Wow, that just like describes everything ever. Okay. So basically, the plot, I love the plot. It's so good. And like, okay, my first impression going in, the first thing before the show even started, I saw like the content rating for like gore and, or not gore, smoking and language. There was no gore warning. It was weird because there is gore in the show, and that just blew my mind because the first scene, it's like some exposition. It's kind of like a just a random person going about the day when like, ooh, scary stuff happens. It kind of like sets up the whole monster thing, and there's like gore. And I was like I don't mind it because I'm a horror fan. If you know my channel or like me, you know, I'm no stranger to gore over here. So that personally I didn't mind, but in Winx Club it was just wild. Like they did that. Yeah, so it was. My reaction to it was kind of it's weird. It's just weird. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but it's very. I'm glad I watched it at least. um, yeah. The good things. The plot, good. The gore, the effects of the gore, like I think the first episode is the goriest. So if you can get past the first one, you can get past the whole thing. Which to me was kind of disappointing. I was actually hoping to see more, like. That sounds really mean, like, let's kill these characters, dude. Yeah, let me see their guts. But no, I was just hoping they would do something like scarier stuff. Parts were like genuinely scary, like the part with the phone. I think it was in episode 5. There was like a phone, and it was kind of like found footage sort of vibes. So my horror fan ass was like, yes, give that to me. Um, yeah, but as far as gore goes, the first episode was the worst. And by worst I mean best for that. It was some good. It was good horror content. But yeah, okay, onto the actual plot and stuff. So basically, it's like magic school and there's monsters and stuff. And the backstory, okay, maybe I feel like if you haven't seen any Winx Club before watching this will just make no sense. But like, I'm losing it. Okay. So none of the characters really feel like themselves, which I don't know if I like that or not, because like if it's supposed to be like a just straight adaptation, then yeah, that sucks. But like for what they are, I do like what they did with them. I at first I hated that their powers were all changed and stuff, but like at the same time it kind of makes it more like I guess they were going for like an elemental vibe, because like music isn't really a like a power. I guess I don't know. Like what does music even do? I don't know. That doesn't work in real life. It's like a cartoon thing, you know. So like I can see what they were going for with Muse's whole thing. That's just an example. I don't know. Um, but yeah, the vibe. It was kind of dark, but like depressing dark, not dark as in like fun and disturbing, like horror kind of dark. Although there was some of that, but yeah, the tone, like just the fashion especially, it felt like very 2010s, like early 2010s, which was kind of weird. They didn't really go like extreme 2000s or like modern, like now fashion. They just kind of did like in between, which is very weird to me. I don't know. Um, yeah, the other thing I hated was like how the casual dialogue, very cringe, don't like it. Especially between the guy characters, especially Riven. Oh, I hate Riven so much. Okay, in the cartoon, I didn't like him because it's all like, he's all like wishy-washy, and it's like, will he, won't he, like, confess his love to Musa or whatever. And it's very like, you know, he's got like that sensitive bad boy energy, but like in the live action, it's very not sensitive and he's just a dick. He's just bad boy, but like bad. I literally hated him so much. Oh my goodness, they did him so dirty. Um, yeah, and oh, that was so annoying. And I did like some of the original characters. I don't like that they like felt the need to like replace certain characters and stuff, and like they only had two of the original guys from the cartoon in here, but like the other guys were cool. I did like Tara. A lot of people found her annoying, but I liked her. She was fun. I just wish she was like not in the main group because it like throws off the Winx Club vibe, you know, because she's not in the cartoon. Yeah, there's just a lot, but I don't know. I found Bloom's backstory, like the whole changeling thing, to be very interesting. I really liked that aspect of it. Like, at first I was like, I thought it kind of sucked because in the cartoon, like, at least in the 4Kids dub, I know every dub, like, made changes. I don't know if there were any changes to this whole, like, the deal with her parents or whatever. But, like, from the beginning, she knew she was adopted. So I thought that was, like, a really good, healthy, like, adoptive family situation. But, like, in the live action, they kind of don't do that. They go, like, ooh, it's secret. She's secretly adopted. And it's like, whoa. But, like, what they did with it, I still liked it a lot. Yeah, as far as the girls go, I really liked them all. I hear like a police car. I don't know if you can hear that, but okay. But yeah, as far as the girls go, I really liked them a lot. Even Stella, I know everybody says like they did Stella so dirty, but it's like yeah, but like she kind of gets redeemed as the thing goes on, and like I don't know, I liked her backstory and everything, like her reasons for the way she is and stuff. I thought that was really interesting. Um, Again, definitely not like similar to the cartoon really at all. But for what it is, I liked it a lot. I feel like if they had just not made it Winx Club, it could have been really good. Like people would have been a lot more open to it. So that's kind of weird. I don't know why they had to do that. But like I am glad that like I mean any attention is good attention, sort of. I mean, I don't know if that applies to everything, but like I'm glad it like brings more like awareness. Awareness sounds so serious, but like it, you know, like brings up nostalgia and people are like, "Oh yeah, I watched that show." And people are like, "Oh, maybe I should check out the original cuz I liked this." But maybe if you go into the live action like not knowing anything about the cartoon, you'll probably be disappointed by the cartoon because it's like not the same at all. um yeah. Um, yeah, this is just rambling nonsense. I really liked it. There were cringy parts. I mean, duh, it's a Netflix original. What are you gonna do? A lot of the dialogue was so cringy. I hated it. Anyway, but the main plot itself was very good, and the ending had me so shook. Like, I don't know if it was like the very end, but like, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but it was very unsettling. A character just straight up gets murdered at the end, and then it cuts to like the main girls, like not knowing that that's happening, and they're all happy, and it's like, yeah, we killed the bad guys, but like meanwhile, a character, like a side character who's like very important, like not in the main group, but like she's very important, just straight up murdered, and I'm like, oh, okay. So there's definitely set up for a season 2, which I'm excited for because people are saying that Flora and Tekna are supposed to show up, and Tekna is my girl. I love her so much. Yeah, I was so disappointed that they cut her, but like, yeah, I really liked it. It's not great, but like, it was a fun time, and I really got invested, and I did like the whole thing near the end, or like, it's kind of building up to this, but it's like a whole like you don't know if like the teachers are like lying to the students or like if the bad guy is really the bad guy and stuff. It kind of reminded me of like the ending of The Wailing. It's like a Korean horror movie. I didn't love that movie, but anyway, it gave that sort of vibe where it's like, oh, who's telling the truth? Whoa. Yeah, I really liked that a lot. It was kind of spooky, and it's like, oh, what the heck would you even do in that situation? So yeah, that was really neat too. Yeah, I just really liked all the plot stuff and like the whole I kind of hate that, like, because Winx Club has such a original, like, sci-fi kind of world in the cartoon, but this one is just kind of like a generic, like, British magic school. Woo. But the plot, I loved it. Like, I had a good time. I'm gonna get so roasted for this, but yeah, I liked it. Yeah, the end.